So Stace has a simple theory. The theory is that a free action is one that has a cause which is in your own mental life. An unfree action is one that doesn't. The immediate cause of that action is outside of you or outside of your mind. So, nothing but net, right? Slam dunk. Stace has solved the problem of free will. The whole thing, any worries were based on confusion about the meaning of freedom and the mistaken idea that free means uncaused. Well, I would say not so fast. Let's consider this guy, this human puppet here. Suppose the puppeteer pulls on one of the strings and his arm goes up. Is that his free action? Well, obviously not. We would say the man didn't freely do that. He didn't have any ability to do otherwise. Stace would agree. Stace would say the immediate cause of his arms going up was the string being pulled. The immediate cause was not him choosing or desiring that his arm should go up. So it seems that Stace gets the right answer in this sort of case. The same answer that we would give. So the theory passes this test. Now let's consider a little bit more complicated scenario, still involving hand raising. So let's say that you're here in a room, and unbeknownst to you, maybe behind a wall, there's this mad scientist. Ha ha ha, he's going to rule the world. And he has a choice-causing machine. And you choose to raise your arm, and your arm goes up. But here's what happens. He presses a button on his machine, and this sends out a signal, some kind of impulse, and that causes you to choose to raise your arm. Right, so your arm's going up has event causes on anybody's view of free will. Your hand goes up because your muscles contract. Your muscles contract because your nerves are firing in a certain way. Your nerves are firing in a certain way because something in your brain has activated that. And ultimately, there is a choice which has occurred, whether that's a brain event or a soul event. Of course, the agent causationist would say that you agent caused that choice. But in any case, this choice is event caused by the signal going out of the machine. So the question is this raising of the hand a free action? And most of us would say no. That's obviously not a free action. The question is, what would Stace have to say? Well, pause the video. Right. If you look at Stace's definition, Stace would have to say that this is a free action. Why? Well, the immediate cause of the hands going up is something within the agent's psychology, because it was caused by his choice. So according to Stace, that would be a free action. This is not good. It seems like an obviously unfree action. Wrong answer. Poor Stace. Let's see if we can do better, though. Maybe we can reformulate soft determinism. We can take the same basic idea that a free action requires a merely conditional ability to do otherwise. And we can take the same idea that it's just the kind of cause that matters for the distinction between a free and an unfree action. It's just a kind of event cause which matters. Let's take the spirit of the theory, basically, and come up with soft determinism 2.0. Let's see if we can do better than Stace. So let's say a free action is one which is caused by a free choice. Right? Stace didn't really concern himself with choice. He just defined free action outright. What if we say, though, a free action is one which is event caused by a free choice? Secondly, a free choice is one caused by the chooser's own deliberation. Event caused, obviously. So we've gone beyond Stace here, and we've said what it is that makes a choice free. But still, what makes it free is just having the right sort of cause. It has to have been caused by the chooser's own deliberation. And deliberation is just some sort of weighing of reasons, some kind of deciding. All the motives get jumbled around somehow, and out of that comes a choice. So deliberation is a choosing process, or a process that leads to a choice. Thus, if someone chose freely, she would have chosen otherwise if she deliberated differently or if she'd had different desires. So again, there's a merely conditional ability to do otherwise. In the case of a free choice, you could have chosen otherwise if your deliberation had gone differently or if you started out with different desires. Okay, so can this theory do better? Let's go back to the scenario that tripped up Stace's theory. Whoa. Let go. So the theory is, or the scenario is that your hand goes up, and yet this, unbeknownst to you, is caused, the choice for that is caused by this mad scientist here. This is all hidden from you. Look, maybe it feels free, but that doesn't seem to matter. Maybe you can't tell that it was caused by his machine, but again, that doesn't seem to matter because it's him who's making it happen, right, by way of his machine. So how does soft determinism 2.0 fare with this objection? So most of us would say this raising of the arm is unfree. And we would say that the choice is unfree because the person didn't have an absolute ability to do otherwise. What does soft determinism 2.0 say? Does it give the correct or the incorrect answer? Why don't you pause the video, go back and look at those definitions and see what you think. Right, so soft determinism 2.0 says that this action of raising the hand is unfree because the choice was unfree. Why was the choice unfree? Well, because it was not caused by the chooser's own deliberation. So soft determinism gets the correct answer here, doesn't it? So this thought experiment does not refute soft determinism 2.0. It does nothing to harm it whatever. Soft determinism 2.0 just gives the correct answer. Now here's the question for you. Can you think of a different scenario, still involving a mad scientist with his machine that can mess with your mind or with your brain? Can you think of a scenario that refutes soft determinism 2.0? The kind that we tried previously doesn't refute the new theory. But I'll tell you, I think it can be refuted by a similar thought experiment. But I want you to come up with it. I'm not going to tell you what it is. So we'll discuss this. So was Immanuel Kant right This is my favorite Kant quote here. He says that soft determinism is a wretched subterfuge, a petty word jugglery. In other words, it's a dirty trick and it's a low down, word game. We just redefined free, and we've redefined the ability to do otherwise. I'm inclined to think that soft determinism is just not going to work. Here's one way to put it. If you say that a free action is one which is caused by my choice or caused by something within me, that just overlooks that if determinism is true, then everything within me was caused as well. That couldn't have been different either. So if determinism is true, everything at any given point in my life was settled, in a sense, a million years ago. When T-Rex roamed the earth, there were factors in place that would lead to me choosing to raise my hand now. If you say, well, it's still free because the most immediate cause comes from within my psychology, well, look, that can't make it free. Everything within my psychology is also caused. Everything within my psychology is also such that there was no time where I could have done anything about it or affected it or made it different. It just seems that I don't have any control over anything that occurs if determinism is true. So I'm inclined to think that Kant was right. I should tell you, though, that there are many, many versions of soft determinist or compatibilist theories. And some of them are very tricky and very complicated, and there are more than we'll look at in this course. If you take an advanced course in metaphysics or on free will, then you will find out what some of those other theories are, which try to show that freedom is consistent with every event having a cause.